In the last episode, we sailed from Las Palmas, Gran Canaria to Puerto Mugan on the south coast. Puerto Mugan is a small village situated in a valley, and every year thousands of tourists travel here to spend their vacation. The season lasts during the whole year due to the warm climate, which is quite different from the north part of the island. On the south coast, the sun shines every day, with no clouds and almost no wind. It can differ up to over 200 days of sun between the north and the south. Even though Puerto Mugan is a touristic place, it still feels genuine in its very tranquil village.
Since my mom was still visiting us, we rented a car to go around the island. Gran Canaria is the third biggest of the Canary Islands, but it's the one with the biggest population. Around 850,000 people live here, and it's a volcanic island just as the rest of them. The first stop was on the west coast to have a snack and check out the harbor, which wasn't very big. Then we drove north and to a right to go up the mountain. Gran Canaria was proclaimed Spanish in 1483, after the last leader of the indigenous people, the Canary, had taken his life as he realized that the struggle against the Spaniards was futile.
Roque Nuble is a famous landmark on the island, 1813 meters above sea level. The rock was an holy monument for the indigenous people and a pillar of heaven, and it served them as a ritual place to sacrifice to the sun god. The area is popular by hikers, and we also saw several rock climbers.
I spilled all my emotions tonight, I'm sorry. Rolling, 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 rolling. Right to my bones. I feel haunted, I feel at home. I can't come back, I feel in the air. The demons are blown out of my head.
The northeast trade winds are accelerated along the island's east coast, and therefore Gran Canaria is known for being one of the world's best places for windsurfing, and especially the village Pozo Izquierdo. Thanks to a comment from a viewer, we found out that the village were hosting the Windsurfing World Cup at the moment. It's our last night in Puerto Mogan tonight, and tomorrow we'll be leaving and sail to La Gomera. It's an island about 74 nautical miles west from here. So we'll be leaving really early because we're thinking the sail will take us around 13 to 14 hours. So because we want to arrive before sunset, we plan to leave at 7 tomorrow morning. Leaving the marina was calm and easy, and we could watch the sun rising behind the mountains. But as we left the island behind, we also left the shelter from the wind. And within a few minutes we had winds of 25 knots, gusting to 35, and waves hitting us on the beam.
And when I looked around, you were gone back there. Oh boy from the north, beware. 'Cause you
Between the islands there are zones where the wind gets pressed down, called acceleration zones. The acceleration zones can easily add 20 knots of wind speed, and we got a few scary moments when the waves broke over the boat. And I was scared and might have said or screamed that I never want to sail again.
this has no end. Oh boy from the north, your hollow soul, it will never feel purposeful.
The waves in the acceleration zone between Gran Canaria and Tenerife gets very steep with short wavelengths, which makes the crossing between these islands very uncomfortable.
You can find me back where we used to meet. Now hear me call from home. Oh, where the dragon sings. And I know you came with the traveling show when you started out too young. You can find me back where we used to meet. Now hear me call from home. Oh, where the dragon sleeps.
When we got to the south of Tenerife, the wind died, and we got a couple of hours to catch our breath. But then we headed out in the next acceleration zone, and this time we got the wind right on the nose. The acceleration zone between Tenerife and La Gomera is reputed to be one of the windiest places in the archipelago. It seldom blows less than 30 knots, and the last third is known to be the worst. We were unlucky to have particularly strong trade winds during the whole passage, and the steady wind were 30 to 33 knots and gusting up to 40 knots. We decided to motor the last 15 miles in an attempt to beat the nightfall to the marina. It took forever to reach La Gomera, and we didn't make it until nightfall as we hoped, and since the wind didn't calm, we had to enter marina in gale force conditions. Thank you so much for watching another episode. Yeah, as you could see in the video, the sailing here in the Canaries can be quite intense, and especially in the summer. So we're glad to be here in La Gomera, and if you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. That really helps us a lot. And you can also support the making of future videos by becoming a patron, so you can just click down here. So stay tuned for the next episode, and don't forget to subscribe, and take care.
In the next video we'll see who these guys are.